Hello, guys. Welcome to Tap Solutions and welcome to your grade 12 mathematics, equations, and inequalities. Today's question paper is the final examinations of the grade 12s. Okay, so this is your DBE's November 2024 mathematics exam. Okay, so now, remember, when we do past papers, it's important that we read instructions. Again, for the section that we are dealing with in this video, we are not going to read all the instructions. We're going to read just a few. For example, instruction number 4 that says clearly show all calculations, diagrams, graphs, etc. that you have used in determining your answers. It is not a mistake. Even in question 1, you can use graphs. Okay, guys? You can use graphs. Do not shy away from showing diagrams, graphs, and so on in question 1. Sometimes diagrammatic representation could give you an answer. And so go for it. Okay, go for it. There are many ways to get or to solve your problems or to answer questions. Okay. Instruction number 5, the answers only will not necessarily be awarded full marks. And then instruction 7, if necessary, round off answers to 2 decimal places unless stated otherwise. In the case where you have fractions and of course where you use where you use your quadratic formula. And then we know that, guys, you want distinctions, but it's important that though you are aiming for distinctions, you also ensure that your work is a good presentation. It's neat. Therefore, write neatly and legibly. That's your instruction number 10. Okay, perfect. So this question is 27 marks. You must be done in like 27 minutes. Remember, 1 mark, 1 minute. For the purposes of this video, it shouldn't be longer than 30 minutes. So let's start. Question 1.1. Solve for x 1.1.1. When you have x, open bracket, x minus 3 equals 0. Our answers will be x equals 0 or x equals 3. Okay, cool. 1.1.2, you have 2x squared plus 1 equals 4x. You must put it in standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So it'll be 2x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0. Let's see. So we know the quadratic formula is x equals minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, what is the value of b? It is negative 4. So the value of b is negative 4. What is the value of a? It is positive 2. The value of c is positive 1. Okay. All over 2 times the value of a, we said it's 2. Now simplifying this, negative times negative is positive. 4 plus minus 4 squared is 16. Okay, 16 minus 8, this must be 8. Okay, this must be 8 over 4. Then let's get to our calculator. Guys, you have calculators. You don't have to do this part in your mind. You can just use your calculator and avoid errors. Okay, so let's see. 4 plus square root of 8 over all over 4. Our answer is, what do we get? We get 1,71. So x equals 1,71. Now I'm changing the plus, I'm putting the minus. It's gonna be, or x equals 0.29. If you are using Casio FX991ZA, you can, or any other that has the equation function, you can verify your answer. For example, I'm now checking on my Casio. I'm verifying the answer to see if indeed we get the same thing. Did we get 1,71? That's correct. Did we get 0,29? Yes. So you see, we are done. And this is us answering the question. Guys, remember, we are this is an exam prep. So we are answering the questions as if we are in an exam, trying to explain to you how to do this and also trying to be on time as well. Okay? All right. So if you like, you can slow down this video if you find that we are too fast. Okay? 1.1.3. Oh, it's an inequality. X squared minus 2x minus 3 is greater than 0. So we need to factorize. We'll say open bracket x minus, leave a space, close, x minus, leave a space, close is greater than 0. Okay, factors of 3 are 3 and 1. So the constant is negative. So it means the bigger factor must take the sign of the middle. So, buddy, you must be positive 1. So the critical values will be x equals minus 1. So x minus 1 and x equals 3. So you can see this is a parabola that's smiling. This is a parabola that's smiling. So I'm going to say it is, the lowest is minus 1, the highest is 3, isn't it? All right. So what do we say here? So what we say, we said the question was saying this is greater than 0. Greater than 0 means it must be above the x-axis. So this is when x is less than minus 1 or when x is greater than 3. Okay, great. Okay, 1.1.4. Oh, guys, we have done about 10 marks in like 6 minutes, or maybe let's say in like 5. So we are on the right track, right? 1.1.4, 2 to the power 2x minus 2 to the powers x plus 2 minus 32 equals 0. I need to sort this one out. This one is the same as saying 2 to the x times 2 to the 2 minus 32 equals 0. Okay, so we can say this is 4 times 2 to the x minus 32 equals 0. So with this one, if you like, you can use substitution method, but I will not use substitution. I will say consider this. If you were to think of substitution, consider it to be k squared. Maybe 2 to the x is equal to k to the, 2 to the x is equal to k. All right, so you will be having k squared minus 4k minus 32. But if you don't have that time, even though it's 5 marks, you can simply do it and say, no, man, this is 2 to the x minus, leave a space. Okay, then another 2 to the x minus, leave a space, equals 0. You are looking for factors of 32. What are they? Let's try the product. 2 times 16, it doesn't work. 4 times 8, yes, it does. So 4 and 8. As you can see, the constant here is negative. The bigger must take the sign of the middle term. So the middle term is negative. So 8 must be negative, and buddy, you must be 4. Okay, you must be 4. Isn't it? Happy? Oh yeah. So let's see if everything here is right. Let's see if everything here is right. So with what I am seeing here, let's proceed. We will then say, okay, let's see. When I look at this, I do see here we have a minus, but we will see. And this somehow says to us, let's see. But I do see, if it's an error, I will see. So we will say we have 2 to the x equals negative 4, or 2 to the x equals negative, not negative, but rather positive 8. Guys, this one is not possible. Okay, this one is not possible. Okay, this one here is not possible, but this is. Okay, so you know that this will be 2 to the 3. Therefore, x equals 3. Okay, so the reason I'm saying this is not possible is because this is a quadratic function. This is a quadratic function, which you can see that it has its, let's say, y equals 2 to the x. You can see that it can never be negative, right? It can never be negative. This is why I am saying this is not possible. Okay? Ta-da. So you guys are happy now? Indeed, if you can substitute x equals 3 onto this, you will find that indeed it equals 0. So let's just check the reason why you are watching this video. 2 to the 2 times 3 minus 2 to the 3 plus 2 minus 32. What is it? So this is 2 to the 6, which is 64, minus 32 minus 32. Ah, come on. It's 0. Okay, it is 0. Okay. So this is why you are watching this video. So these get to make sense, right? So that these get to make sense, right? Great stuff. Now let's go to 1.1.5. 1.1.5. Let's see. We have the square root of 2x plus 4 minus x equals 2. We are solving for x. Now, before we proceed, I want to tell you, even if you can get, say, 2 solutions, you must know that only one is possible because the highest power here is 1. So let's do this. Minus 2 square root of minus 2x plus 4 is equal to x plus 2. I'm going to write this slowly, guys. It'll be minus 2x plus 4. I'm squaring both sides, okay? I'm squaring both sides. So I just want to show you every step. But otherwise, from here, you can come to this step here. All right? Now, a square root times a square root will be whatever that is inside that square root. In other words, it will be, we're left with minus 2x plus 4 equals x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay? So 0 equals x squared. Oh, minus 2x, when you come this side, it will be positive. So it will be plus 6x. Oh, buddy, you will be minus, so it will be 0. So we have x as a common vector. You're left with x plus 6. Okay, x equals, let's see, x equals 0 or x equals negative 6. So we're going to substitute where there's x in the original equation, we put 0. So negative 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. What is the square root of 4? It's 2. Minus 0. It's 2. So it means this one is valid. This one is not applicable. Okay. So this one you can put a stroke here, or you can say n dot a, it's okay. Right? And this is how you answer this question. Now check how much time we have spent. This is 10, 19. We're supposed to be done with this one in 19 minutes, but we are done in 13 of the video. In actual fact, we are done in like 10 minutes of the actual work. So we are on the right track. Huh? Oh yeah. All right, let's see now. 1.2. So 1.2, we have solve for x and y simultaneously. So we have 2x plus y equals 3. Let's label it equation 1. And then y squared plus xy equals 2. Let's label it equation 2. Equation 1 is easy to simplify. So we'll say it is 3 minus 2x. We'll say it is equation 3. I like saying equation 3 from equation 1. Then for those that are struggling to solve simultaneously, I will write this instruction, substituting equation 3 into the equation that you didn't use, which is equation 2. So that means on equation 2, where there is y, you will place 3 minus 2x. Okay. Where there's y, you will put 3 minus 2x. Okay. Great. So this is 9. It'll be minus 12. It'll be minus 12x plus 4x squared minus plus 3x minus 2x squared equals 2. Collecting like terms, we have 2x squared minus 9x plus 7 equals 0. Okay, cool. So to factorize this, I will have to say 2x minus leave space close, x minus leave space close equals 0. I will have to say 2x minus 7 and then minus 1. So the constant is positive. This means both terms take the sign of the middle term. This is correct. We are fine. So here, therefore, means we have x equals 7 over 2 or x equals 1. Okay. So substituting here on equation 3, okay? So where there is x, you will put 7 over 2. In other words, you will be saying 3, let me use a red color. You will be saying y equals 3 minus 2 times 7 over 2. What is this? 3 times, this is 3 minus 7. So your answer is minus 4. Okay, your answer is minus 4. Doing the same, here your answer will be 3 minus 2 times 1. Your answer will be 1. And this is how you solve this question. Okay, these are your answers. Okay, perfect. And by the way, guys, if you struggle to factorize such, please head to your quadratic formula to get your values there. Okay, good. Now 1.3, consider the product. Okay, see it, 1 plus half times 1 plus a third times 1 plus a quarter, and so on. Okay, so they say each factor in the product is of the form 1 plus 1 over n, for n is greater than 2. So if you like, we can say, no man, this could be represented like this. I for one see that simplifying it, it can be 1 plus half is 3 halves. 1 over 1 plus 1/3 is basically 4/3. I do see that it'll also be 5 quarters times and so on. What I know for a fact is that the last one, or the last will be the way that I'm seeing it. I do see that we have something like n plus 1. Right, we have something like n plus 1. So let me just leave a space here. The last one will be n, and this one here will be sort of n plus 1, isn't it? This one here will be sort of n plus 1. So obviously the term before it must be n, and the term before this one must be n minus 1, right? So I want to show you something. Here we have this cancels this cancels this cancels this cancels this, and obviously there was one before this, so it cancelled, and this one will cancel this, right? Therefore, you can say this is basically n plus 1 over 2. So remember, guys, the key word here is to say the product. So when we talk of the product, it does not mean that it should only be between two numbers. For as long as you are multiplying two things, it doesn't matter you're multiplying them 7 times or 2 times, they remain to be a product. Okay, they remain to be a product. Okay, so when you look at this now, the question then says, determine all the values of n for which the product will be an integer number. Remember, integers are negative, for example, -3, -2, -1, 0. They don't have decimals. Okay, so we then say, okay, they are your natural whole numbers combined, right? So even the negative ones. So Now, for us to say we have we have an integer, what should happen? So basically, we should say, um, for this to really happen, remember n is greater or equal to 2. So we should say, Aman, you shouldn't be n for it to be an integer, to be an integer. I want you to think of this. If n is 2, this product will not be an integer. So maybe I should have begun this by saying product equals, product equals, product equals. So to be an integer, to be an integer, uh, to be an integer, if n is an element of, let me try 2. When n is 2, you will have 2 plus what? You will have 2 plus 1, which is 3 over 2. That is not an integer. But if n is 3, you will have 3 plus 1, which is 4 over 2. That's an integer. If it's 4, so it means multiples of 2 are not working. So to be an integer, n must not be an element of 2, 4, 6, 8, let me say, and so on. Okay, must not be an even number, right? Must not be an even number. You can write this, or you can say, to be an even number, to be an integer, to be an integer, n must be an element of, I do see that odd numbers are the ones that are giving us that. 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. All right. This will then work when this is not for the product to be an integer value. Okay. N must be odd numbers. Even if you write even if you write n must be odd numbers, that is still okay. Okay. Remember, when you answer such questions, one thing you should remember is that you are not the one that set the paper. Okay, you are not the one that set the paper. When you are the one that's answering the paper. So you come with your ways that can be understandable by even a lame person. Okay, a lay person should also be able to understand your solutions. Okay, a lay person should be able to understand your solutions. Of course, a lay person is you and I. We are not yet masters, right? But please, when you are answering such questions, don't think everything here is difficult. Oh, I cannot do that. No, think about what you know. For example, in this question, you needed number systems. You needed to remember what is an integer. You needed to know, okay, an integer, okay, odd numbers, prime numbers, even numbers. You know those things. They are playing a role here. So with that being said, we can say ours ends here, and bye-bye. Oh, sorry guys, before I go, if you are watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and also comment if you like. And perhaps you're watching on TikTok, you know what to do. And by the way, on YouTube, the links to different social media platforms, including TikTok, are included. So, bye bye.